Stu Bannatyne, another Hobart. That was pretty epic.
It certainly was. That was one of the toughest ones I think I've done, actually. The lack of sleep and just the intensity of the racing. You know, we had a great battle all the way with URM and Bannatyne, and yeah, the team did a great job, and very little rest as usual with these type of races. But it was just a physically hard race all round, so there was no let up really. It was a tough one.
And that first night, did you get any of those sort of microbursts?
No, we had a strategy of staying well offshore to try and avoid all of that. And so we did. We sort of got caught up in a little bit of one, but nothing too major, and battled our way through, yeah.
And you were indeed in a mighty battle with URM. When did you feel like you might actually get this?
Oh, to be honest, we had our moments during the race. Excuse me.
Don't mind us. The normal processes of phones going off, doubtless congratulations coming from various places. At the moment, live as the clubhouse leader in IRC overall. It's a pretty famous crew on here with people like Stu Bannatyne and Adrienne Cahalan and so on, and all doing pretty important stuff along the way. So that's all right.
Returning my call home.
Yes, absolutely. Make sure they know you're safe and well. So tell us a little bit about when we were talking to you guys up at Hamo. Twirler was saying a little bit about the way you were sort of setting up sails for sort of upwind, downwind type stuff. What is that sort of part of the strategy for this race as well?
It pretty much is the Sydney Hobart strategy. It's generally an upwind, downwind race, so we make sure we're well covered in those departments, but obviously you've got to have reaching sails as well, and this race certainly proved that with so much reaching. But yeah, we had that reasonably well covered. It's not really our strong suit, so we were happy just to stay in touch with Bannatyne and URM and be in with a chance at the end.
And you missed an absolutely epic line on us finish here, man. That was match racing. It was extraordinary. Absolutely amazing.
I haven't heard anything about it.
50 seconds between them, and Lorcanet got in ahead of Andu just at the last few minutes. It was extraordinary. Absolutely amazing.
That's amazing. I've got a lot of good mates on Lorcanet, so massive congratulations to them. I know they'll be celebrating and enjoying that win.
Absolutely. So just briefly, how many Hobarts is this for you now?
I think I'm up to 16 now.
Right.
And a respectable number for someone of my age.
It's a very good number for someone of your age. And you said this one was particularly hard. I mean, is that just because you just had a lot of action all the time?
It was tough mentally and physically. Mentally because it was a very difficult race to try and figure out where to go and being on your toes with adapting your strategy along the way, and then physically just because there was so much variability with the wind all the time. The off watches were often interrupted by sail changes or tacks or jibes, and so it was just a really busy, really hard race.
Yeah. Well done indeed. You're clubhouse leader for the moment, and looks like it could come true for you, but great work. Nice to see you again.
Yeah, thank you, and obviously huge shout out to our team who works so hard, and to be our clubhouse leader, it's awesome.
Excellent. Well done, Stu.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Just call the countdown. Adrienne Cahalan, we've just been talking to Alice on URM. That sounded like a navigator's race.
Oh, look, I don't. It was a whole team race because, for a navigator to say what, in conjunction with the tacticians, what might be the plan, you still got to have the deck crew to execute that plan. Yeah. So, it was certainly navigation-wise, it was tough. It was, and very tough in the week leading up to the race because the forecast was so uncertain and trying to make decisions was difficult. But we got there in the end. We had a plan. We finished making the plan on the start of the race and we stuck to it.
Was that really unusual? I mean, everybody was saying it was incredibly difficult to really get any sense out of it until right towards the start.
No, it's happened before in some races a couple of years ago, but even when we speak to forecasters like Roger Badham, he was saying it's changing from model run to model run and time to time. So you just had to kind of look at what you thought would be the best plan, and there were certain factors that influenced that decision, and one of them was going east, particularly to stay away from all that squall activity inshore, because that's where a few boats got caught in there. Yeah.
And did most of the rest of the plan work out as you expected?
Yeah, we were on port tack the whole way, I think. We only went on starboard for a very short period of time, which is really unusual in a race as well. And then we had such an incredible run from Tasman up to the Derwent, and then obviously the great thing that the Derwent is up here in Hobart, because we were looking at the observations, we could see it was a completely different wind direction. We're going, what's going on up there? Wondering. So yeah, and then we saw URM there and went, we're in with a chance here.
They went from sort of spinnakers into a close hauled on one tack and then back onto the northeast tack as well.
Yeah, they had it. It sounds like they had a fairly challenging thing. We got some nice little puffs out of the west, so we were able to get over the line.
Well done, another one under your belt.
Well, we're not sure yet, though. I think there's still...
but another Hobart under your belt.
Oh, yes, another Hobart. I know. This was a rough one, though, Hobart. It was rough, it was wet, it was rainy. There was a lot of challenging conditions.
When you say rough, what sort of wind speeds were you getting?
Well, at different times, 20, around Storm Bay 30, but, it was just a combination of the seaway, a lot of water over the deck, so, when you were walking around the boat, you had to almost be on your hands and knees, because it's when it's really that bumpy, and there was periods of time where we had to go through adverse current to get where we wanted to go, and then that's really rough, so you've got to be very...
Stu Bannatyne was just saying that he thought that was one of the toughest ones he'd had, actually, just because it was all on the whole time.
Yeah, I think this one was tough. I think last year's one was really tough too. Yeah, the ones before that were kind of mostly a lot of nice running conditions.
Well, thanks so much, Adrienne. Appreciate your time.